Hi, it's Peter Hipster King from Hairy Game Lords, and this evening we have been playing this.
Lies!
You may have realised we haven't got the box here, and that's because I'm lying slightly. We didn't play it this evening, but we did play it when we were up at Aircon, and we had a go at playing Fatal Knockout. So, what did we think? Basically, the game is, I really enjoyed it. Even though I lost again, I didn't have a great winning streak at Aircon, and this was about my second or third game and got beaten again. But it was really close. Basically, you are playing a kind of one of those classic 2D sort of karate scrolling games where you're, think Street Fighter, think Tekken, but think early Tekken. It's that really, it feels more 8-bit than kind of Tekken 7, but absolutely beautiful game in terms of that, getting that real retro arcade feel to it. But there's real game in there, there's some real strategy in there. So you've got, we played as the gunslinger and the grappler. There are a host of different characters that come with the base game, and even more that get thrown in if you buy the expansion. And you are going to be programming your little moves. The first thing you do is you get a hand of you deal out 3 cards into your hand, and you decide which one of those you're going to play face up as your first opening move. The other character gets to play their first card face up, and then it comes back to you. You have a choice at this point. You can see your move and their move, and you can decide, do I want to carry this fight on? Do I want to carry this round on, or do I stop there? You then place your next card, if you do want to carry on, face down. That means that the other guy has to play another card, and so on until either 2, 4, or 6 cards have been played. You then overturn all the cards over so they're all face up. Put them into initiative order, because each card has got a number on it, so you lay them out into initiative order, and then you're going to take your moves. There are some really nice touches. You've got you know how in all these games you've got your little health level bar across the top, that when it gets to the top you get to your superpower move. You collect little green bits that allow you to move your cube along the bottom and move towards that super move. But along the way you're going to pick up more shields, you're going to pick up, in the case of the gunslinger, you might get a new bullet, or you might be able to get reload. And then you're going to basically do your moves, some of them moving backwards, forwards, turning yourself round, and either firing if you're the gunslinger, grabbing and throwing, and doing damage. And rounds go on until you have given 5 damage to your opponent, and then they are dead. Just really loved the artwork in this game, loved how it played. The fact that I would say there are hidden depths of strategy. We touched the edge of those, but I think you could see how you could really get strategic in the way you played. And to be fair, Dave was more strategic than me, and that's how he won. But it was close with the last set of moves. Had he not, it was just one of those, I was one step out from being able to throw him, and that would have been enough. So really nice game. Check it out. It's live on Kickstarter right now.
Hi, Dave the Grey. So, Fatal Knockout. Old, classic arcade action. Got to love it. And I remember back in the day there were a few of these programming games out, so this really took me back to that. Right, I'm going to play this card, which lets me do this action, then Pete does something, then I have another action. But there were quite a few times where the 2 characters, the grappler obviously grapples you, so he's trying to run towards me, get hold of me and chuck me over his shoulder, throw me against the wall, whatever. I was playing the gunslinger, so I need distance to be able to shoot him. And obviously, those are diametrically opposed. Big word for you there, Pete. So it was really cool. His cards were all about him trying to get close to me. I was backing off and trying to shoot him. Obviously, with being a programming game, the cards are already played, and you've just got to wait for it to play out, and that's where the tactics, the strategy, and trying to outthink your opponent come in. All the while, I'm backing off, he's running towards me. Do you just play 1 card, because you can see that face up, or do you carry on going with 2 cards, 3 cards, but the more cards you play, the more chance there is that he's done something that's going to mean that your cards are effectively wasted. So there's loads of actual... For a game that's basically, I'm going to play a card, you play a card, I play a card, there we go, what happens? There's lots of thinking and strategy and thoroughly entertaining. The other thing that really puts you in the mood for it is the box has been really cleverly designed to look like a retro arcade cabinet with your little meeples. That's what he thinks. With your little meeples standing on the side of the box that's held together, and it just looks so cool and immersive. At Aircon, he had a great big version of it, but even the main box just slots together, and it looks like a retro arcade cabinet. Tons of fun, really quick, really brutal. Get involved in the Kickstarter. 2 thumbs up from me.